you, and we would like to welcome you to the Beech Grove High School studios. And today is kind of a special day as we are initiating something new in the high school. As most of you who have been around here for a while know that this is the 100th year of Beech Grove High School, and we have done, we feel like, a tremendous job recognizing people from Beech Grove High School who have gone on to bigger and better things. I'm not sure, maybe bigger, but not necessarily better. And our hallway in the front lobby is adorned with distinguished alums. And we're very proud of our high school. We're very proud of those 100 years, and we're very proud of the people that have been produced by our high school. One thing that we like to do, one of the things that we do through Renaissance in the high school is work in partnerships with members of the community in order to recognize those students and staff who do great things as students and for our students as staff members. One thing that we would like to improve on is recognizing those people and groups in the community who have supported this school in various and sundry ways. And this being the centennial year, we thought it would be appropriate to name this award, or this recognition, the Centennial Award. And with the support of Jim Kaufman at Eckstein Shoes, downtown Beech Grove, who is the sponsor of this award, we're going to initiate that. We're going to do this 4 times a year. We're going to be kind of condensed in 2017, but as we go into the 17-18 school year and forward from there, we will do it probably once a quarter. So we want to do 4 this year, so we're going to kind of squeeze them in very quickly this year. But in talking with several people around town, going up and down Main Street, and talking to people here in the school about what we wanted to do and how we wanted to do this, it was pretty much a consensus that the first person that we would like to recognize as the Centennial Award winner is a Beech Grove alum, I believe class of 73, right, Mayor Buckley?
Yes.
And that is the mayor of the city of Beech Grove, Mr. Dennis Buckley. And we are very privileged to have him here with us today. And again, congratulations on being named for our award. And also, congratulations and thank you for all the work that you are doing with Beech Grove High School. This, we talked about all the mayors who are, it's kind of funny, I don't think we don't elect mayors if they're not Beech Grove, if they're not Grovers, so to speak, as we look back to Mayor Hunter back in the, way back when. But it is kind of an historical award since it relates to the centennial, but I can think, and I've been here for 3 or 4 mayors, so I guess I've been here a while, but I can't think of any administration that has worked more closely with Beech Grove City Schools and the high school in particular than your administration. And I think you understand the importance of the community to our school, as we were talking before we went on air, and we certainly understand the importance of the community support for our school in a lot of things that have taken place. The most recent thing, I think, is the referendum that passed last spring, and some of the great things that have taken place in terms of bricks and mortar here at the high school with the new band room, the new choir room, the new drama room, the new athletic lobby, the new, I think for a lack of a better term, the atmosphere that's set up outside for football that will take place in track. All those things took place and were able to happen because of the support of this community. I know that as the mayor, you supported that, and I think the school system, the school corporation is indebted to the city for that. Can you talk to us just a little bit about your role in helping out and being one of the main players in the referendum movement that we saw last year?
Well, first of all, it's a pleasure to be here again today, and I appreciate being recognized with the first Centennial Award. And to the people watching, it's a pleasure being your mayor, and I'm so thankful that I ran for mayor, and I'm just thankful that the city's doing well. I'm a big proponent of the school system, the school district, and I wanted to do well. When I ran for mayor, I made it perfectly clear that if we don't have a good school district, we're not going to have a good city, and that still holds true today. If our schools are not good, our city's not going to be good, and it takes money to run the school district, and actually there's been 2 referendums since I've been mayor, and I supported both of them very early on, and I've made it perfectly clear to Dr. Kaiser that the next time that you can do a referendum, you should do another one, because you have to keep investing in the school district. Education is not cheap, and I certainly will support the next one that he does, and I'll come out early, and because it's good. It makes the district better.
And I forgot this, you have been mayor for 2 referendums. I'd forgotten that. I think among many things that makes all of us understand the support we get from the city, you look around and you go to the city website, and they're right on the home page, there's a link to the school system. And I think the city has done a great job of helping promote the school. Since the state has gone to open enrollment, our enrollment has jumped off the charts. And I think hand in hand, you mentioned that the city looks good if the school looks good, and vice versa. I think the school corporation owes a debt of gratitude to the city. We talked about how great the downtown area looks, and obviously we'd like to have more business and name a community that wouldn't.
Sure.
But talk to us a little bit about how you have been able to use some of your goodwill toward, I guess, building the city since you took office, some of the things that you've helped, that you feel very proud of, that you've developed within the city, separate from the school, that have helped promoted business like the Jim Kaufman's running at Eckstein Shoes, and I could go on and on and on, Sutterfield's, Spalding Jewelers, all those long-time people, how you've helped them out during your term as mayor.
Well, the very first thing that we did when I became mayor was we reconstructed Main Street. And I've told several people, if I don't do anything else, as long as I'm mayor, there's nothing that I could have did better for the city than to redo Main Street. We had significant problems on Main Street, and now they're corrected. And businesses are coming back to Main Street. We still have vacant buildings, but it's much better than it was 4 years ago. I'm a firm believer in investing in infrastructure, sewers and roads. Our roads were not good, but they're getting better. And here's a classic example of the partnership between the school district and the city. Recently, the school district added onto Butler Avenue out here at the parking lot. It was a tremendous improvement, but the city and the Redevelopment Commission also contributed to that project. The school did the project, but it's much better. It's much safer to pick up and deliver kids to school now than it was this time last year. That's an example of a partnership that we have with the district, that school district, that really nobody knows about. And I can go on and on about all the things that we do together that nobody really knows about, and we'll talk about that here in a minute.
Well, that was a subject I was going to bring up. That doesn't happen without communication, obviously, and cooperation. It would be very easy to say, well, you guys have been doing it this way for years and years and years. Dr. Kaiser felt like there was a better way to do it. He comes to you guys, and can we make this happen? And it happens. And I don't think, again, I've been here for a good while now, but I don't think a lot of schools have that cooperation between their municipality and their school corporation. Sometimes they're at odds. Sometimes, I know where I live, there's some things that the school can't do because the city won't allow it. And I'm sure it's a good feeling to know that you're working with someone who's going to be cooperative and supports you, and vice versa.
Well, I don't know the history of the city and the school district before I became mayor. I don't know what the future is going to hold between the school district and the mayor's office, but I know as long as I'm the mayor, we are going to work hand in hand with the school district because that's what I want to do. I want Dr. Kaiser to do well, and I want all of the principals in these buildings to do well. I want them to succeed. So my role is to promote the school district and do whatever I can to help. We do a lot of things. Let me give you an example of a couple things that we do that probably nobody knows about. These are simple things. When it comes to salting the parking lots, the school district comes over and gets the salt from our salt barn. Potholes in the roads and the parking lots, we provide the hot mix to fill the potholes. Those are little things that nobody really knows that we do together, and we do. And we've talked about doing some other things together, and that's fine. That's what we should be doing. If it saves the district money, so be it. It's good. I serve on boards. I serve on the FFA Advisory Committee. I serve on a board over at Central for programs over there. They give a mayor's award at South Grove Elementary, Intermediate School. As long as I'm mayor, I've been going over there. So it just goes on, and every once in a while I'll come over and have lunch. But that's just my part. I mean, that's what I want to do.
It's part of your vision.
Yeah.
It's what you just said.
Yeah.
The better the school, the better the city.
Yeah.
And you're putting your vision into action. And I think I know that the corporation appreciates everything that you do, and we try to reciprocate as best we can. Speaking of which, something that started up, and I'm sure you can speak to this a little bit as well, something we started here at the high school 2 or 3 years ago is the community service days. Can you talk to us a little bit about how that's impacting the city, good, bad, indifferent? I know it has made a lot of our students much, much more aware of community service, of volunteerism, of doing things for others. That has become, as we just finished the Christmas season, we had many student groups and individual students working for various charities, and I think that's embedded in that. That's a culture that we're creating here at the high school, and I think the city has been very cooperative in allowing us to do some things that are kind of unique, again, to Beech Grove and Beech Grove High School.
Well, I don't know who came up with the idea, but it was brilliant. People call, wanted to know when these service days are. We refer addresses to the school district, and these kids come out and they work and they clean up. It makes the city look cleaner, but it also serves another purpose. It gives people hope that, you hear so many bad things about kids nowadays, but look, here's good kids that are doing things productive to help other people, and all these students want is a thank you. So whoever came up with this idea, it was brilliant. I look forward to the one they're having in the spring. We'll refer addresses to the students, and I think they've worked out a deal. Each time they do it, it gets a little better from a DPW perspective because they get better at picking up trash bags, because the kids will know to take their trash bags and put them at the corner or put them behind City Hall or wherever. Now we know. We've done it long enough. Now they know where they're at. So it's a really good deal.
And and like you said, the students are out on the street doing that stuff in not so great weather sometimes. They choose to do that. There are options. They could stay in and be warm and fuzzy, and there's volunteer work that they do for other agencies that sometimes it's a little sweeter job, so to speak, But those kids go out there, and a good chunk of the kids go out there and do work right on the city streets, and they do a nice job. And like I mentioned earlier, it's manifests itself into a point where it's a learning thing for those kids because they now understand the importance of it, and they see how it helps people. Those people, the citizens and the residents they have helped have said thank you, and they've done it in ways that kind of touch some kids, and it's motivated them to do more and better things. So it's been a win-win for everyone, near as we can tell, and it's something, again, that's something that, again, I don't know where the idea truly initiated from, but it's been good for the city, and it's been good for us because of the cooperation and the communication. Something like that, getting 900 volunteers out in one day is not an easy task.
No.
And it takes a lot of people working together and working in symphony to get that done, and that's a big credit to the city as well. Because like I say, in the beginning it was kind of, we can get them there, but we're transporting here and there, and we need to do this, we need to do that, and it is getting smoother, and it'll get better every time. But
Randy, do you remember, you were here when Renaissance Breakfast started?
right.
You and
Well, I don't think I was here for the first one. Harvey started those.
in '92.
Yeah.
And I always take pleasure in knowing that the fire department was one of the first Renaissance partners that Mr. Warner went to. I was on the fire department, and I always thought a lot of that, and to this day, it is a fantastic program still, and a lot of people don't know this as either, but now the spinoff is they do it at the middle school, but they call it the Smart Breakfast. And I tell those kids over there, I said, wait till you get up to the high school and you get to be involved in the Renaissance. It's good stuff.
It is, and it recognizes the students who are doing the right thing.
Yes.
I mean, it just, we often relate, we talk about, we're getting back in age here now, back in our day, if you did everything you were supposed to do, that's what it was. The only guy that got any attention was the guys that didn't do it the right way. It was just an expectation. Times have changed, things are different, and students need to be recognized for doing good things.
Yes.
And I think, like we were talking before we went on air, in this school district, in this school corporation, you're set up for success. It's not only an expectation, it's something, it's kind of like you and a vision you have for the city when you're elected. We expect everyone to succeed, and we will help you do that.
Yes.
If you will help yourself.
And even now, Liz, the school principal, she comes to our council meetings, and she brings students with her, and they report on what's going on at Beech Grove High School. And I just think that's a good example of government, civil city government and school district working together. It's good stuff.
Again, I think it's fairly unique. I'm sure there's some places around the state, around the country that do some of the things we do, but you'd be hard pressed to find one that has a closer relationship between the city and the school corporation than we have here. And I think it's very special, and I mean, talking to 9 alumni every year, formal basis in this setting, they all relate to the fact that Beech Grove was home, and Beech Grove felt like home, and they felt like they were taken care of here. They had good teachers and were well prepared for what the next step in their life was. And it just gets down to, this is a good place to be. And you know it much better than I, but having been here 20 years or so, it's clearly a good place to be in. And with the open enrollment, I think our numbers are phenomenal in terms of the kids that are coming from out of district, coming to Beech Grove High School because they want to be a part of it. So that's what Beech Grove's been about for 100 years. And again, it has been a pleasure talking to you, Mayor. Just one last question before we go off here. I know Mr. Kraft wants to sign off for one last time, but what short-term, long-term, what are the plans for the city? What are we looking at doing? Downtown, residential, what's on the agenda?
Well, this spring, we're already preparing. In the winter, we do all of the engineering for infrastructure projects. The biggest paving project that I've done so far as mayor will take place next spring, and this is the first time I could remember where we're going to pave roads in all 5 council districts. So throughout Beech Grove, we will be doing a large paving project. We'll be doing some infrastructure work on sanitary sewers. We have some businesses that are contemplating moving to Beech Grove that we're talking with now. We just opened up a community health network. They're now on Emerson Avenue. And in the same breath, we're working with Franciscan Health to disassemble the old hospital buildings. We're looking forward to see what that comes, and the green space after the buildings are gone. That's about an 18-month project. So generally in November, December, we get kind of slow, but we've been extremely busy the last 2 years, and we'll head into the spring with a full plate again. So it's good for the city.
Well, again, we appreciate everything that the city has done for our school, corporation, and the high school in particular. And thank you for coming in today. We appreciate that.
It's a pleasure to be here always. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Also, I made a passing comment. I will, on a personal note, like to wish Mr. Wiley Kraft well as he moves on to another position in another school corporation. He has done a tremendous job with the facility here, and he has made himself available to not just these shows, but throughout the school corporation and throughout the school building, and he will be sorely missed. And again, my personal thanks to him for all the work he's done, and wish him well in his future endeavors. Again, thank you for watching, and we'll be back again sometime soon with another Centennial Award.